The world is still mourning following the death of Pope Francis, a transformative and often conventional leader whose papacy left a lasting imprint on the Roman Catholic Church and the global community. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio on December 17th in 1936 in Buenos Aires, Argentina, he was the son of Italian immigrants and grew up in a modest household. Before entering the priesthood, he trained as a chemist, a background that would later inform his structured thinking and disciplined approach to leadership. Ordained as a Jesuit priest, Bergoglio rose steadily through the ranks of the church in Argentina, eventually becoming the Archbishop of Buenos Aires and later a cardinal. In March 2013, following a historic resignation of Pope Benedict XVI, Cardinal Bergoglio was elected Pope, becoming the first Jesuit pontiff, the first from Americas, and the first to take the name Francis, inspired by Saint Francis of Assisi. The choice of name signaled the priorities that would define his papacy: humility, care for the poor, and stewardship of the environment. From the outset, Pope Francis distinguished himself with a markedly different style. He declined a residence in the lavish apostolic palace, choosing instead a simpler guest house within Vatican. He favored modest investments, simpler language, and direct engagement with ordinary people. His first appearance on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, where he bowed and asked the crowd to pray for him, set a tone for his papacy, rooted in humility and service. At the heart of Pope Francis' leadership was a profound concern for the marginalized. He consistently spoke out against poverty, inequity, and social injustice, urging both individuals and governments to take responsibility of the most vulnerable members of the society. He condemned what he described as a culture of indifference and called for more compassionate and inclusive of global community. One of the defining features of his papacy was his advocacy for migrants and refugees. During a time of increasing global displacement, Pope Francis visited refugee camps, including Greek island of Lesbos, where he drew international attention to the human cost of migration crisis. He appealed to wealthier nations to open their doors and treat migrants with dignity and respect, framing the issue as a moral imperative. Pope Francis also emerged as a powerful voice on environmental issues. His 2015 encyclical Laudato Si was a groundbreaking document that addressed climate change, biodiversity loss, and environmental degradation. In it, he called for an integral ecology that recognizes the interconnectedness of all life and the responsibility of humanity to care for the earth. The encyclical had a significant impact, influencing public discourse and even contributing a momentum around global climate agreements. Diplomatically, Pope Francis played a subtle but important role in international relations. He helped facilitate dialogue between the United States and Cuba, contributing to the restoration of diplomatic ties after decades of tension. He also consistently called for peace in conflict zones, including Syria, Ukraine, part of Africa, using his platform to advocate for dialogue over violence. Interfaith dialogue was another cornerstone for his papacy. Pope Francis sought to build bridges with leaders of other religions, recognizing the importance of cooperation in an increasingly interconnected world. His historic meeting with the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar in 2019 resulted in the signing of the document of Human Fraternity, a landmark statement promoting peace and coexistence among different faiths. Within the Catholic Church, Pope Francis faced the challenge of addressing long-standing institutional issues. He initiated reforms aimed at improving transparency and accountability within the Vatican, particularly in its financial operations. New structures and regulations were introduced to combat corruption and ensure better oversight. Perhaps the most difficult issue he confronted was the ongoing sexual abuse crisis within the church. Pope Francis met with survivors, acknowledged the church's failures, and implemented measures to hold clergy accountable, including new laws requiring bishops to report abuse. While these efforts marked progress, critics argued that they did not go far enough and issues remained, Pope Francis also sought to shift the tone of the church's engagement with contemporary social issues. While maintaining the traditional teachings, he emphasized a pastoral approach characterized by mercy and understanding. Similarly, he encouraged greater inclusion of women in the life of the church, appointing women to senior roles within the Vatican and opening discussions about their participation in leadership. However, he stopped short of endorsing the ordination of women as priests, maintaining the church's long-standing position on the matter. A key theme of his papacy was synodality, a concept emphasizing listening, dialogue, and shared responsibility within the church. Through a series of synods, a global gathering of bishops and lay representatives, Pope Francis encouraged open discussion on issues such as family life, youth, and the Amazon region. This approach aimed to make the church more responsive to the diverse experiences of its members around the world. Pope Francis was also a communicator of remarkable reach. Through his homilies, addresses, and use of social media, he connected with millions across cultural and linguistic boundaries. His messages often focused on themes of hope, forgiveness, and importance of caring for one another. He became a global moral voice, frequently weighing on issues of technological advancement. His papacy coincided with a period of significant global upheaval, including COVID-19 pandemic. During this time, Pope Francis offered messages of solidarity and hope, most memorable in his extraordinary prayer service in the empty St. Peter's Square in 2020. The image of the solitary Pope in the rain became a powerful symbol of resilience and faith during a time of global crisis. Despite his popularity, Pope Francis's leadership was not without opposition. Some critics within the church argued that his reforms created ambiguity or undermined established doctrine. Others believed he did not move quickly or decisively enough on key issues. These tensions highlighted the challenges of leading a global institution with deeply diverse perspectives. In his late years, concerns about his health became more pronounced. He experienced mobility issues and underwent several medical procedures, yet remained active in his role, continuing to travel, speak, lead the church for as long as his strength allowed. His perseverance reflected a deep commitment to his mission to the people he served. The death of Pope Francis marks the end of a papacy that sought to bring the Catholic Church closer to the realities of the modern world while remaining anchored in its spiritual traditions. His emphasis on humility, compassion, and social justice reshaped how the church engages with global challenges and with its own members. His legacy of Pope Francis looms large. His influence is expected to shape the direction of the church for the years to come, particularly in areas such as environmental stewardship, social justice, and pastoral outreach. For many, Pope Francis will be remembered as a leader who prioritized people over protocol, mercy over judgment, and dialogue over division. In a time marked by division and uncertainty, Pope Francis stood as a voice calling for unity, compassion, and hope. His life and papacy serve as a reminder of enduring power of faith to inspire change and bring people together.